You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, guys, there's just some things that are so unbelievable you just can't even make it up. Last night, a hit by Damar Hamlin on Tua Tagovailoa gave him yet another concussion on yet another Thursday night football game for everybody to see. And it was very ugly. There's a lot of reaction for Tua to hang it up. Look, guys, I believe that guys should be able to make all the decisions they want to make. But you got to wonder, and I don't know that the Dolphins will do the right thing here, and I don't know what the right thing is. It feels like the right thing would be for Tua to walk away. Look, we don't want to see this guy messed up long term, and it's getting ugly. This is the play last night during Thursday night football. Tua took the ball, took off running in the third quarter, 4 minutes left, and he put his head down. This is what's awful. We've got another situation where his limbs, his actual hand, you're going to see this right hand start clenching up, extending, and it's just awful. He lost consciousness again in some way, whether it just flashed out or however it happened. Of course, everybody started immediately calling for the medical people. Chris Nowinski, online, a PhD, he's the founder of Concussion LF. He said the following: Tua suffered a traumatic brain injury on this play, no question. His right arm showed the fencing posture, indicating loss of consciousness, and is on the severe end of the concussion spectrum. He is done for the night and must miss the next game. Well, guys, we know this is how many? This is what? Number 4? At least a couple of those are real bad, including that really bad one against the Bengals. This is not quite as bad, but it's bad. No doubt about it. So, a lot of reaction coming in. By the way, you've already got calls for Mac Jones to get traded to the Dolphins after that unbelievable preseason that he had. And, of course, he's from Florida, and he's on that Jaguars roster right now. Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa scrambled for the first down late in the third quarter Thursday night, lowered his head as Bills safety Damar Hamlin. You can't make this shit up. I mean, honestly, Damar Hamlin. And, man, when I tell you there's been some jokes, whew. Quote, I was just trying to make a routine tackle, trying to get them off the field on fourth down, Hamlin said via The Athletic. It ceased being a normal football play when Tagovailoa displayed the fencing posture associated with concussions. Tagovailoa's history of brain injuries made that a scary development. It's nuts. Quote, it's trauma. It's always been there, Hamlin said. I'm able to not be affected by it because of the work that I've done. I went through trauma therapy. I've had a psychologist to talk to. It's allowed me to push my mind forward and push my process forward. I did all the hard stuff last year as far as putting the pads on, tackling, getting game ready to know I'm perfectly in line, perfectly able to go out and play. Hamlin said he was praying for Tagovailoa to make, quote, a speedy recovery. Well, there's a lot of people saying that right now. This was an update. Dolphins Tagovailoa is currently awake, alert, having full movement in his extremities, and he is currently in the locker room with his family. Oh, boy. He's going to be out. My guess is a while. A lot of people. This was video last night of Mike McDaniel actually kissing his quarterback on the forehead. And, guys, I ain't got no problems with this. I mean, you're talking about I'm a Niners fan, so this guy's the former offensive coordinator for Kyle Shanahan. Him and Shanahan are real tight. And the dude's worried about his player. I get that. Josh Allen made these comments right here.
Josh, another win for you over Miami, and this one felt a little different. Your defense did a lot of the work. What got into you guys today to have the performance you had?
Yeah, I mean, time of possession, I just saw we only had 23 minutes. Our yardage is down, but that's what happens when your defense can create turnovers on your side of the field. First and foremost, I just want to say, I hope Tua's doing okay. I'm praying for him and his family. But came out to play, and our guys are ready today.
Obviously, it was a scary moment for a lot of folks seeing what happened to Tua. What were your emotions as you saw him there on the ground?
Well, I mean, understanding what's happened in the past, and just knowing that I'm praying for him and his family. He's a great football player, but I've been around him outside of the football field, and an even amazing human, an even more amazing human. So again, prayers are going out to him and his family, and hopefully everything's all right.
What would be?
All right, so that was Josh Allen's comments on Tua. By all accounts, this guy is a fantastic human being. Talking about Tua Tagovailoa, all you hear is good things about the guy. Of course, by football standards, Tua is a smaller quarterback, no doubt about it. And, of course, he will get outside the pocket and move around. Antonio Brown, last night, we know he has suffered a good bit from concussions, no doubt about it. In all seriousness, Tua may want to rethink playing football in the future depending on severity. Concussions are not something to mess with. Damian Woody, I know Tua walked off the field, but the quality of life has to factor in right now. I'm not even thinking football for him. Gotta have life to live, and I just want the man to be healthy. This is one of the funniest things I've seen coming out of this. Ghetto Gronk, who has got a fantastic follow on X, me asking God to take away all of Tua's pain and give it to Deshaun Watson. I saw that. I laughed my ass off. Lawrence Tynes, if I'm Tua, I'm taking my money and my ass to the Hawaiian Islands and never playing football again. It's not worth it. That's just way too many head injuries for a young man with his whole life in front of him. Of course, Lawrence Tynes was a kicker forever in the NFL. This guy says, I don't normally agree with kickers, but you're right. Seriously. I mean, everybody knows he's like big on family. And, of course, his heritage is big on family. Look, some network would immediately hire Tua as a college or pro football analyst. He could start a podcast. There'd be plenty of avenues to make plenty of money for Tua going forward, for no other reason. He's a former Alabama quarterback, right? Which we tend to cover those guys on this channel once they get in the NFL. And it's bad. We covered the Tua thing last year when it happened on Thursday Night Football all the way through. We'll do the same on this. I personally speaking, and I was rooting for the kid to come back and be good last year. I'm kind of hoping he decides to just call it. I mean, seriously, when you get that many, I got up this morning. I watched till after, not long before this happened, and then I finally called it and said, I got to go to bed. It's too late. And I got up and saw this morning. My mouth just dropped. I was like, are you kidding me? Tua had another concussion again on Thursday Night Football. I just couldn't believe, and a bad one on top of it, where you could visibly tell there was a head injury there. Wow. It's crazy. All eyes are on the Miami Dolphins here, too, and what they decide to do. This is crazy. We know he thought about retirement after the previous one. So we'll have to see. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.